right, I'm the Flat Rate Master. Today we're looking at the Topdon Arty Diag 900 Lite. Now first off, light is a misnomer. This is a completely full functioning scan tool. Does not have the option of adding like a scope box or anything like that, but it is a full functioning wireless scan tool. Now of course it has a dongle built into the back that just pops in, and it is extremely secure. Now, one of the things you do have to remember with this kind of tool is the dongle's really small. Now, while recording B-roll footage for this video, I forgot it several times. Now, it does include a extension cable, just an OBD2 to OBD2 connector. You can buy these on Amazon or whatever, but you do gain the ability to see it hanging there, but you lose the ability to store it on the tool. It's definitely in there pretty secure. In fact, you're probably picking up the stand rattling more than the dongle. Got a little sidetracked on the dongle, but anyway, let's move on. All right, I'm in my driveway. This is my 2020 GMC. We're gonna go ahead and do live kind of checks on it, see what kind of bidirectional controls are on my truck. It's a 2020 relatively new vehicle. I'm in my driveway, so if you hear the neighbors barking, you'll probably hear my truck running, so sorry, but let's check out what it does. Now I'm capturing it just because I can't get the screen because of glare, but we'll go ahead and hit OK. Hit an auto scan. Probably not right. I'm guessing at this stuff. You know, some of the stuff may be, you know, I'm just trying to do this quick kind of thing. I got the multicolor. I always love these later model vehicles. You got to choose all the options manually because obviously late model vehicles have a lot of modules. So auto scan takes what it takes depending on the vehicle you're working on. Vehicles with less modules take less time, and possible equipped modules because they scan, you know, everybody scans for every module that may be equipped. Like I said, if it doesn't come up, I don't care that much. This isn't for actual repair work. Nothing was actually wrong with my truck. And yes, it's two-wheel drive. I live in Georgia. Don't need four-wheel drive. I don't go hunting or anything like that. All right, so checked all the modules. We're gonna go ahead and hit report and confirm nothing I filled out. So diagnostic report. Go fault in my brake system and body control module. No other faults. My wife were driving the other day and it gave me a battery fault, and I thought it was for my key, but she had her key with her, so apparently her battery's going bad. So luckily I keep those in stock. Trailer brake control history, no idea. I haven't had a trailer hooked up to this vehicle, well, ever. So, but anyway, let's go into the ECM and just kind of take a little poke around. Let's talk control functions. Active shutter. This is a big one nowadays. Testing the active shutter fails emissions for a freaking door on the front of your vehicle. That's a common problem nowadays because so many people hit things, especially low vehicles. The active shutter will malfunction, cause check engine light. Expensive repair, but this allows you to control it. Obviously, we've got evap controls. We can do the standard GM, purge and seal, vent valve control. You know, it's GM, so we're gonna need those controls. Now, compression test with a scan tool, Ford's had it for years. It's a good diagnostic step. It's not a guarantee because cylinder wash is a thing, and it's nowhere near as accurate as using a scope or pressure transducer or compression gauge, but it's a good tool to help you diagnose vehicles. Cylinder deactivation, fuel system testing, manually start the car. That one actually comes in handy every now and then, especially for testing when you're testing under the hood for starter activation. You got the relay out, testing it there, but you don't have anybody to turn the key or push the button in this truck. Course, compressor relay, you know, data display. It's going to have all the kind of good stuff, evap data, TAC data, start and stop data, which has become more and more important nowadays, you know, especially when it doesn't work. And it ain't always the battery, let me tell you. You know, obviously it's got the normal deactivation data, got maintenance and all that, inspection stuff, configurations and reset functions, oil life, you know, do it on the dash on this vehicle, but throttle body airflow compensation is really important. It's one of those things that really comes in handy when you've got a stopped up throttle body, you clean it, and then it doesn't want to idle. Not really worried about the trailer brake. What's the control functions? Brake boost system deactivated, hydraulic inspection verification. That tests for leaks. Now this is something really important. It's a common problem on late model GMs that if you do brakes on a vehicle and you don't follow the procedure exactly, if it detects like you go to pump the brake and there's no pressure, it locks up the EBCM. So it's really important that, you know, when you do a brake repair on one of these vehicles, you don't want to replace the EBCM. You kind of make sure it doesn't have any leaks. That's why it's got to function. Obviously, we've got the actuate rear parking deactivate, the parking brake so you can service it, automatic brake bleed. Again, make sure and get all that air out so you don't have to buy an EBCM. Data display, parking brake data, we got all the datas. Live, that's interesting. Live brake pad data monitoring. Haven't seen that, haven't looked for it either, but these late model trucks have, you know, brake life in them now. Of course, you've got parking brake calibration and steering wheel angle offset, you know, because all the ADAS stuff. My truck doesn't have anything but, you know, electric parking brake and a rear camera, so that's why I bought it. All right, so we're just me going through the systems on this particular vehicle, kind of highlighting the stuff it'll do and the access you have. So let's get back in the studio. Now this is a full functioning scan tool. It does all the bidirectional controls that I've so far looked through. It's had it. So evap, you know, checks, evap, valve actuations, various bidirectional controls have been in this tool when I've looked for them. Now I've scanned multiple vehicles and went through and looked at data sets and all that. Now a couple things about the data capture. That's my wife's car and it looks kind of choppy. That is, well, the capture. It's being captured on my laptop and it was a little delayed just because I'm using a crappy capture USB card, not the actual tool. On the tool, it's more smooth. Now, of course, like pretty much almost every modern aftermarket scan tool, other than Snap-on, it's based on Android. Android 11. Android nerds may think something of, you know, Android 11. I don't know. I don't pay that much attention to, you know, Android operating systems. Yes, I have an Android phone. But anyway, service resets as well. You have the option of getting the battery module to hook to this and do battery testing, which is pretty handy. Currently, when this video goes live, there will be a discount available on Amazon. So if you're looking to get one of these, I will have an affiliate link in the description, but it's a very full functioning scan tool. It does what most people are gonna need to do. Doesn't have a scope, etc. But for 99% of the techs, this is gonna be a great option. Of course, it's gonna do, you know, maintenance resets, brake work, you know, retracting calipers, all that kind of good stuff. Now, if you're looking for a full functioning Bluetooth scan tool, not having to hook a wire to it, this is a great option. Of course, Topdon has been around for a long time. It's well regarded. One of the most active questions I get when I stream on Thursdays is, what do you think of Topdon? So here's my initial impressions. Now, obviously, I'm going to continue using the tool, diagging cars, and physically checking out more of the features, seeing if there's anywhere that it doesn't do what it needs to do. But this is the first video, first look. We're going to get more in depth with it in a future video, just kind of seeing the limitations of this tool. Every scan tool, I don't care what it is, has limitations. I'm going to put it through its paces and I'll come back with a more long-term review. But right now, this is looking like a great option for a small form factor, affordable Bluetooth scan tool. So, as always, thanks for watching. I am the Flat Rate Master.